Both of our pictures are gone, just an FYI. If
Yeah,
that was
I
planned
know
or
both
not.
the pictures are gone. We took that off. I
I'm
don't
just
think they
making
can hear
sure
you though.
it's. Well, I'm just letting you know in case you're looking at
Oh,
something
they can
else and
hear
it
you.
wasn't planned. You can
Yeah,
hear
yeah, they
me.
can hear you.
What the hell?
Oh, don't know what we did. Check one more time. Check one more time.
Well, hello. Yes, maybe. Yo.
This is crazy. We're
I'm
good.
scared.
Okay, we're good.
I'm scared. All right.
What a night we're having. Okay, thank you so much for sticking with us.
Fucking
Do you
hell.
want to do a quick recap, or you just want to keep going through at this point?
Yeah, quick recap.
Quick
All right.
recap.
The sharpshooters one at yahoo.com. Go to the mailbag.
Yes.
Send us in questions. Please subscribe. We're down to 3. We'd love your support. Cole versus Garcia 2 on Collision was good. I hated the 2 1-hour pre-tape shows. Don't do it ever again. Spring Breakthrough happening in a few weeks on AEW Dynamite. It's because they're officially passing Nitro because
Hold
Eric
on, this
Bischoff is a little
NW. Oh, there we
bitch.
go. Because they
Because
are a little bitch. Yes.
Eric Bischoff is a bitch. Okay, now we are all caught up. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Now, and thank you for letting us know you cannot hear us.
Yes, I
That's
appreciate
much
that.
better than I feel much better knowing now than getting all the way to Danny's segment
That
and
would have
I
been
talked for
that would have been
nothing.
so sad.
I would have called it right then and there. The fact the NWO music is not playing over Juice and we can't hear him
I was
anymore is
trying to tell
hilarious.
you. So Jay DeFalco played the NWO entrance, and it went on for so. I didn't know how long that thing was, and you were doing the whole recap, and I'm trying to stop you. And I was like, "Fuck it, it's already happening. Just move
It's
on.
fine.
I don't
All
care."
right. So this one now we have AEW contracts. A lot of contract news going on this week. I don't know if you've been hearing about it, Danny. Have you heard of anything regarding contracts or no?
AEW contracts? No, I have not.
Okay. Um, so we have a series of them going on. I'm going to talk through some really quick, and then we can break them all down afterwards.
All right.
So first off, the first big one that dropped this week is Soraya, whose contract was supposed to end in September, and it came out earlier this week that she's gone. Tony Khan, I guess, must have talked with her, let her go 6 months early. It seems like she's gonna probably end up going back to WWE.
Yep, I did see that
Um,
one actually. Once you said Sheree, I was
just
like, I did see a quick like banner on my phone, but I didn't really look into it too much.
yeah, just from how she's talking, it seems like she wants to go. And listen, I'm always been a big Saraya fan. I'm pissed that it didn't really work out to its full potential in AEW. I don't know what happened if there was a thing that happened, but she deserved more. I wish that fans didn't hate on her for the title reign she was given.
Yeah,
And what else? I'm kind of annoyed they never rolled the dice on Mercedes versus Soraya. I think that was a layup match to do with their history, especially with Soraya kind of hurting, them hurting each other, like to take them out for a while. I think Mercedes was the one that took out Soraya with the injury on accident. But yeah, I'm annoyed they didn't do it. I'm a little let down. But looks like Soraya's leaving. With that, it looks like Mina Shirakawa is on her way to AEW. Her contract is
that's
over
dope.
with Stardom, and she has confirmed that as of next week, she's going to be with AEW. So I don't know if
That's
she's going to
awesome.
be showing up. Yeah. So if you think of it that way, we lose Soraya, we get Mina. It's fine. Still a bummer, but
It'll
yeah.
do.
And then the other one coming up. Apparently, Mariah May is in a contract year, and her contract is up this summer, and everyone's starting to speculate whether or not she stays or whether or not she goes. I'd really like to think she stays.
If she jumps to WWE, I'd be really upset.
I think besides the Punk situation, I think her leaving would be the biggest
Mm-hmm.
loss, hands down.
I agree.
Even more than I would say even more than Cody, which is crazy. But in terms of the women's division, I think it's a huge deal to lose her, especially after all the time you put into her with the Tony story.
Yeah,
Um,
totally agree with
and
that.
then two more. One's a easy one. Bobby Cruz, congratulations, signed an extension. He's staying with AEW and Ring of Honor. I love
Nice.
Bobby Cruz, big fan of his. Happy to hear he's staying along. And the last one was very intriguing. Not really a contract thing, but kind of a contract thing. I don't know if you saw this one, but Swerve recently said in an interview He has 5 years left, and then he's done.
Oh, interesting.
So according to Swerve, 5 years from now, he is retiring and he's done with wrestling. He's going to move on to other things.
Interesting. All right.
So, yeah, I found that one very intriguing. Wanted to see what you thought of that.
I mean,
'Cause he's
a-
such a big main eventer
I've
guy.
I've realized that a lot of these guys. Realized that a lot of these guys are putting like more of a time limit on themselves, which I guess I enjoy that a little bit, but like I wonder what that's gonna mean. I they say he can say 5 years, but let's see in 5 years with injuries and stuff. So like some guys say that and then they get hurt and then they miss a year or something and then they want to get that back. So let's see what that it
Yeah.
looks like in like 3 years.
Yeah. No, very, very true. Um,
All right.
yeah. Now, moving on to Dynamite. I mean, listen, you probably feel different than I do. I did not enjoy Dynamite for the most part. There was a good match or two in there. Like, wasn't a bad. I think the show did a bad job promoting Dynasty when Dynasty is in like a week and a half.
That's what
Like,
I was gonna say was that I thought Dynamite for sure was the best show of the four this week. Um, that's not saying much by comparison to some
yeah.
of the other shows,
Well,
but
yeah, I
also
hated. Yeah, sorry, go.
that it felt slow and like with Dynasty coming up and all and they kept hyping certain matches for Dynasty, but like as a pay-per-view it just didn't feel like it's next week. It felt like Dynasty is like 2 or 3 weeks away.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I wasn't a fan of the first half hour in particular, so I think that's what kind of hurt me what the rest of the way.
Hmm.
Like, I didn't like the Omega Squash, and I didn't really care for this MJF segment, which is right here now. In particular, what I wanted to talk about was the MVP Big Bill back and forth, which seemed to get a little bit heated, like legit between the two of them, because MVP was definitely going off script and Big Bill was definitely getting flustered on multiple occasions,
Yep.
and it was kind of awkward. And I think it made you know Big Bill look bad. And listen, I mean, it's weird because the Big Bill and them are supposed to be the heels, and Hurt Syndicate is supposed to be the baby faces, and like. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it. I mean, it kind of maybe because it reminded me of when Cope and Starks did it, and clearly Starks got flustered and they were getting very like
See,
snarky with each
that was
other.
different because in that one, I felt like Starks was trying to start it. You know what I mean? I felt like Starks was trying to antagonize it, and then Cope just kind of shut him down. Where in this situation, it seemed like they were trying to go with the script. Like Big Bill was trying to say his line, and either MVP didn't like it,
MVP kept
or
instigating. He kept
MVP
instigating.
exactly, or MVP just went off script with it, and all of a sudden Big Bill's like, fuck, like fuck, and it's
Yeah.
like there was
Yeah.
no reason for that one. Like Big Bill didn't do anything to you, he didn't say shit to you, but the second Big Bill said, I'm looking at no challengers in the ring, and MVP said, I'm not looking at either ones either. I was like, ah, shit, like
It,
it. Why are you doing that to him?
yeah. And I think MVP was wrong. I
I
love
do.
MVP.
I agree.
I think he's great on the mic, but I think in that instance, like, I don't like what you did.
I
I'm not
agree.
a fan.
Agreed.
Freebird says, "Where is Keverlast?" Yeah, Keverlast. Well, he's either in chat, watching. If so, hello, Keverlast. And yeah, maybe one day in the future he can come on as a guest host again. That's totally up to him. But he's, anyone's always welcome to join us. All
All
right,
right.
next up, another
Moving
reason I
on.
wasn't crazy. Another
Oh,
reason I
there's
wasn't really crazy.
Keverlast.
Oh, there he is. Hey yo,
What up?
what up? Another reason I wasn't really a big fan of Dynamite, and this I caught like a few days before Dynamite when I looked at the match card. A lot of Callis family on this show.
So, were you said
Um,
about a lot of Callus family or a lot of Callus?
no, just a lot of Callis family.
Okay.
I just think it's lazy when three of your like 5 or 6 matches are first off like all singles matches besides the main event, but like they did what I was worried they were going to do. I didn't want all three in a row. They did two in a row at least, but I just didn't like. Oh, here's a Callis family match, and then another Callis family match. Like just variety is the spice of life, and that's always what I enjoy with pay-per-view cards and with TV cards. So it's the same. I just get I check out a little bit.
I
So
don't mind it if the matches are good. I thought the Brody Fletcher match was the best match of the night. So like that match I
I
really,
agree.
really liked.
I agree.
The Hobbs match was okay. It was more about like what I mean by that. I'm sorry. I should have sent the Hobbs segment because like the match I didn't really care about. The Hobbs segment was okay because he was like more about him trying to get to Callis and stuff. So I
Mhm.
didn't really mind that one. But no, I do. It's weird because if the matches are good, I don't mind it. But I do agree that too much of one faction or too much of one thing that doesn't control the company or doesn't control the show shouldn't be running the show. Um,
Well, because also first off, Davis looked like he got hurt like before the match even happened. I don't know if you noticed. He was limping like crazy. I
yeah,
think they
like
took the match.
something
I think they took the
happened.
match home early.
Something happened, I think, during the beatdown, like before the match when he went to like go chase him out. I think Davis like got out of the ring weird or something like something looked like it happened during the
Yeah,
in between.
but yeah, that match was not good.
No,
I think they took him home early and wrapped it up, and it was just not a good match at all. Takeshita and Briscoe was fine. Like they were good. It's just like, my mindset is again, like I said, like I was saying a few months ago, when you have guys like Jared and the Learning Tree on, it's like your roster is so deep and so good. To see three Callis family matches on one night is kind of like, what are we doing? Use
and
your roster.
and more with no storyline really. The only storyline that was consistent in that was really the Hobbs thing. Like Briscoe isn't like that's not a consistent feud that's been going on. He once in a while a season, but that's not like something that's week to week.
Yeah,
Um,
all you're doing there is getting Takeshita some fire back.
exactly.
And then with Brody and Fletcher, again, you're getting some fire back for Fletcher.
And that's it.
Uh,
There's no storyline. There's nothing
and
moving forward. And I agree with you.
those
That's
are
the problem.
those are fine, but yes, there's also like nothing bigger picture yet. So I don't know. That's why like I'm sitting there going like Dynasty's in a week and a half. Like unless this is going to come together for a bigger match, which it's probably going to, feels like a waste of TV time at
Yep.
this point. Um, Moving on, now we have Sick of the Callis family too. Yeah, and I don't mind the Callis family. I just it's too much this
Yeah.
week. And like that almost felt like the episode where there was a blizzard and no one can make it. And you're like, oh, the Callis family showed up.
So let's just let them run it. Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, yeah, which is crazy. But either way,
All right. So
so
I'm
Swerve and
resetting the timer. Yeah. Go ahead.
is fine. So Swerve and Mox, um, I like the segment. I think it was really good. A lot of people were buying into it more, thinking that this means Swerve is going to win at Dynasty. I still think he's not winning, but I liked it. I liked how Willow was involved, how Marina and Willow got in the stare down, how Claudio came out and was staring down Nana but didn't attack. So I dug everything about the segment. I do wish they kind of brought up the whole idea of like they were kind of getting there but didn't go all the way with like how like look around you like what you want AEW to be, it's here, you're the one that's the problem, like you're wrong and now in your message.
Yeah,
um
I feel like the Death Riders part, they brought it back to like the original message by saying like Swerve, you're the kind of guy I want, and I need to
yeah,
like make an example out of you because of what the company's become. But then the other way back, Swerve, I agree, you missed that where it's like you're the problem with the company, you're what's bringing wrestling down right now. And he kind of said it with the belt, which he messed
yeah,
up. Unfortunately, that part. I don't know if you like heard the way he was saying like look at it on you, over your shoulder, on your like he messed up that little part with it, which is fine. I'm just saying. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, I feel like that was a little bit of a missed opportunity. But I think overall the segment was really strong. I really like that the
yeah.
Death Riders brought it back to what like Moxley brought it back to what the whole original message was. I do like that it's not every guy you face is the problem. Like Swerve isn't the problem. Swerve is just in the way of the bigger
Mhm.
picture. So I do enjoy
But
that as
yeah,
well.
he wants him to take it, like go prove it
Exactly.
then. um so what do you think right now? Do you think Swerve
I
takes it?
no. No,
You
I
don't.
don't and I don't know if that's me being selfish that I still want it to be like a Darby or an Orange Cassidy or something like that. Um or if it's me legitimately thinking like the way the storyline's going, I just don't think Swerve is the one to take it off him right now. But I just don't see it. I don't know why. And I don't know who yet, but I just don't see it being Swerve to take it off Mox.
Yeah, yeah, I don't think so. I don't. I mean, we'll see how the next week or so goes. Maybe I'll flip and change my mind. But as of right now, I don't think he takes it.
Yeah, me
Uh,
neither.
All right, moving on to something I'm very intrigued with.
This might have been my
It
favorite segment, whatever, of the night because it was just
rated
really interesting.
rated FTR. Copeland, Dax, and Cash all sat down and had their little passive aggressive fight, talking where they were making up and not making up, and still tension. And now, after Dax said, "Okay, we helped you with the world title. We're gonna go for the tag titles." I believe it was Cash then stepped in and said, "No, let's go
Mm-hmm.
for the titles."
Mm-hmm.
And with Copeland, and Dax was a little annoyed about it, and then did his top guys out, and then Copeland jumped in and said, "Actually, rated FTR out."
And
And
then
Dax is still pissed.
no,
He's
no,
not
but
happy.
also Cash. Did you hear what Cash said after he said that? Cash is like, I like that better. Like
Yeah, yeah.
just a little extra fucking screw, and it's really
hmm
it's gonna turn to Dax turning on them. And I just don't know if Cash. I mean, Cash has to stick with Dax. If this is their last year, they can't break up.
Oh, I had a moment,
Of
an
clarity.
epiphany moment in my head, a moment of clarity. Yes, earlier today, I
Okay.
was thinking about this. I was putting together our bullet points for this lovely show here tonight. Um, so they're doing it. We're getting it.
Is
You
that
got
their
F.
retirement?
You got FTR going and turning their back and challenging to go against Cope, and then you got Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian going against Christian and pushing him away.
Oh, yes.
We're getting
That's
there.
awesome.
They're breaking
That's
them
dope.
away from their teams. We're getting Cope and Christian. I think we're gonna get it by All In.
That's awesome. And I'm totally fine with that. I
I
thought you
think it's
meant we're
happening.
getting Dax versus Cash. And I was like, I don't want to see that. Like that's not how
Well,
I want them to end.
we've already gotten that in the Owen Cup, but not as a
Oh
feud.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But either way,
I
no,
like that.
I don't think they're splitting, but I don't think they're gonna win the trios belts at
No, no, no.
Dynasty.
Neither do I.
I'd
And
love if they
again,
did because it'd be new champions,
oh
but they're not
yes,
gonna
but
win.
another reason why they're not the ones that are going to beat them, they have their own. It should have really been undisputed or why can't Garcia in 2.0, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
digress.
but yeah. But yeah, so I'm excited because I think they're going that way with both of like their foundations around them are gonna crumble and then they're gonna be left alone and somehow they're gonna find their way to each other.
Yeah,
Um, it's happening, baby.
that's gonna be
Cope
awesome.
and
I'm really excited for
Cope
that.
and Christian, let's go.
They're gonna show the
Um,
Hardys what they could have done. All right, moving on.
last segment for AEW, the main event, Thunder Tits main eventing up against Megan Bain and Penelope Ford.
Penelope.
Um, Penelope. Um,
It's all
yeah,
right.
so I really first off, before we dive into the main event, I want to talk about something from Collision. I don't know if you caught it or if you heard me screaming for slight joy when it happened. They gave Megan Bain promo time.
Yes,
Um, mind
which
you,
was
it was a pre
nice.
mind you, it was a pre-tape.
That's
It
fine.
wasn't her live. Well, it's half fine. It's okay. It's not
I got
her
to hear
raw.
her talk. I got to
Yes, I
hear
know,
her give
but
me
still.
some kind of message.
The point is, it wasn't like a raw promo, which I still want to get,
Of
but
course.
I'll take it. It's a baby step. They gave her a promo. She sounded good. I liked the promo, and I really dug the main event.
Mm-hmm.
I like how she did. I don't know if you noticed this, how she did the F5 differently.
Yes, it was awesome.
Um, you,
It's like a
usually when
face
she
plant.
drops it, well, no, she does the move to the person the same, but rather than her fall to her back with it, she just drops to a knee and
Yeah.
stays forward. So like it made it look different and better than just like, oh, here she is doing an F5, whatever. And Megan Bain pinned Tony. So I have to ask you now, do you think that makes her chances of winning the belt at Dynasty more or less likely?
I think this is the WWE slash wrestling rule where she gets the win because she's gonna get the loss at Dynasty. Um, I was gonna ask you, do you think she cuts a Raw promo next week before Dynasty?
I hope so, or at least some sort of face to face where they
Right?
both talk.
Has to be
Yeah.
something. But no, I
Um,
don't think she wins it just because I don't think she's ready for the and like we're talking about right now, the vocal part of it. I don't think she's ready for the mic part because once you're champion, you got to be able to talk. You got to be in the
Mhm.
spotlight, and I don't think she's ready for that yet. So I don't think she wins it just because of that part.
I'm still in the camp that she gets it. I think they're gonna play off your mindset on purpose. So
Interesting.
like, everyone's gonna think that, oh, she pinned her here, she won't win there. I think it's gonna be like a reckoning train coming through, not
Here,
ready for it. After the whole Mariah war
yeah,
comes to an end, your first challenger,
is
you're
this
not ready for
huge
them,
monster too?
and
Like
they just
that.
hit
That's the
hit
other
you
thing.
and take you
I'll
out.
say
So
I'll say one
I think
thing.
she wins it. I
I'll
think
say
she
one
wins it.
thing. If next week she does some good face to face, it doesn't have to be a great promo. Does not have to be a great
Mhm.
promo. But if she does something good on the mic or face to face with Tony, that might change my opinion. But I need to
Yeah,
hear her live.
her stock went up a little bit
I
for
agree.
me this week.
I agree.
Um, Yeah, and also really quick shout out to Thunder Rosa. Anytime Thunder Rosa's on TV is a
I love
plus.
it
She should be used more,
all the time.
and I hope that this continues.
All the time.
That's it for AEW for this week. Again, not a lot of news to talk about with people coming and going, and like there's some
But
good
not a lot
stuff,
of
but
wrestling
it's a
substance like
little
we're
bit of a
used to.
down week, at least from my liking. And it's a live Collision this Saturday, so I'm hopeful
We're
we're gonna
back to
get a much
live. Plus,
better,
we got the
a much
Dynasty coming up, so hopefully they do some good go home shows.
yeah,
We got
full.
predictions next week, so that'll be something to look forward to. So we're good there. I know, though, unfortunately, when we get back from the break, your downer will continue because when we get back from the break, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen, it is WWE time. I almost got confused. WWE
my
time. So please don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you.
is my downer showing? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
13. Three.
Hello and welcome back. Thank you guys for sticking with us through the break. We are back with our WWE talk. So, starting off really quick, this will be nice and short. Just a quick shout out. This past SmackDown was in Bologna, Italy. And for those of you that might know some of us pretty well, our fraternity was founded in Bologna. It was just a nice little thing. I just want to put on the chat. I don't know if you cared at all about it, Juice, but I did.
Why would I not care at all?
I wasn't sure.
Mona Lisa, baby.
Mona Lisa. So yeah, just
not the Liva Lisa, the Mona Lisa.
Quick little shout out to the Kappa Sigma fraternity. Love you guys. Just wanted to let you guys know I was thinking about you Friday night. Anyway,
pick a day.
I don't care what day. Anyway, moving on to SmackDown. SmackDown was kind of boring. I don't know if you knew that. Only really two segments that I cared about on SmackDown, to be honest with you. One of them was Jade Cargill and Liv Morgan. They had a match, and at the end of the match, Naomi interferes and costs Jade. Liv Morgan wins. What did you think about it?
Yeah, I thought Jade looked really good.
Yes.
For
me, surprisingly.
She looked comfortable out there. They worked well, and nothing stuck out as bad or not good. And any Jade Cargill doubters or haters, I'm not quite a hater. I mean, I am. I still do wish he stayed, but like I'm not like heartbroken over it. But either way, good match. I'm surprised Jade lost, but I like that Jade lost because it just makes the Naomi Jade feud more exciting. Harley says I hated her wig. Yeah, that was not one of her better.
You didn't like the mullet?
The Jade Cargill mullet, not a good look.
Hated the mullet.
Yeah, not good, not good. Let's get that off of her before 2K26 rolls around.
Oh my god!
What I mean?
Let's get that off her before WrestleMania, please.
Well, yeah, but this is the time of year where like 2K26 starts like taking how people look, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna put that in the game for next year."
That's gonna be an alternate attire. She looked weird. She did.
Yeah.
So Naomi, and we were talking about this a little bit last week. Naomi finally gets a little bit of a I don't know what you want, like a point on Jade, but it's still not really like unless she's gonna cost her a big match, like. It's still Jade beat the crap out of you twice. You really didn't get like too many good shots in on her, and then you're gonna set the WrestleMania match. I just want a little more for Naomi, I guess, going into it, just to give her a little more. We know she's not gonna win it, but to give her a little more believability that she could win it, I guess, because right now, of the three interactions, two of them she got ragdolled, and one of them she just cost her the match. So like, I still don't see her potentially winning the match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not quite aligned with you on that one. I mean, gotcha. I'm okay with the story so far and how it's played out. I don't think anyone's looked better or worse. I mean, obviously this is a Jade program. It's meant for her to get over. But I don't have any issues so far with how it's been back and forth since Jade's come back. I think it's been pretty logical.
Last question. Do you think this is Jade's best match in her career so far that we've seen?
No.
Okay. I don't think so either. Just curious.
Yeah, it was a good one. She probably, I mean, I can't, it's not jumping out at me, but she definitely had to have had one.
There was one or two of her title defenses that we did talk about, like in AEW, that were good, that we were surprised with and stuff. So I definitely did not think this was her best overall, but I was just curious just to see what
who knows? Man, maybe when I look over her AEW matches, maybe it was. Who knows, dude?
We'll find out. All right. It definitely was her best WWE match. I think we can agree on that. All right. Yeah. Next up, sticking with the women of SmackDown, what did you think of the Charlotte Stratton, I guess, promo? I don't know what to call it.
That was a burial.
It was weird, man.
Listen, you want to talk about MVP doing what he did. Charlotte, man, come on.
I don't understand why.
Awful. It's the same bullshit Charlotte always does, though. She does this all the time when she's in a feud with somebody new.
She did with Becky. She did with Naomi.
She does the same. She'll always go off script to try and rattle you and shake you and see what you can give back to her. And she, to try and make it better and something different, which can work if like there's some sort of like
Logic?
Not logic, but like an agreement there between the two. Like, like I guess yeah, you can argue it defeats the purpose, but like Charlotte could easily say to Stratton, okay, hey, like I'm gonna I may go off a little bit here or there at this point. Just be ready for something. But like the problem is, I don't think that happened, and this is the problem with the NXT, the WWE Performance Center. When you train these people to be robots and learn how to promo and this and that the same exact way every time,
Hmm.
they're not prepared and ready to pivot like this. Like MVP didn't learn at the PC. Guess who did? Big Bill.
Yeah.
Um, Charlotte, she learned there, but she's also a Flair.
I was
But
gonna
guess who
say
learned at the
she
PC?
definitely learned like she learned growing up. She was definitely doing promos before she was
Yeah,
even
she
old
was
enough
around
to
the ring
wrestle.
her whole
Yeah,
life. So you get my point, though. This is the problem with the PC, where
I
they just
agree.
like they don't give you that opportunity to open and be free with your promos, and you just sound the same. So that's why like Big Bill kept going back to his thing. Tiff Stratton kept going back to her Tiffy
Yeah,
time thing. It makes them look weak and not good.
because
I
it,
don't
it
think they
it
did.
makes them look
It,
dumb. It makes them look like they don't know how to like. You can't figure out a come, especially nowadays when you have kids who are watching who all they do is have comebacks and stuff like that. You're telling me you
yeah,
can't think of one? That just it's terrible. And then I think the other problem with that is just you have like back in the day when they used to do this, they would at least let each other know, like, hey, I'm gonna go off on some things. I'm just gonna go off the cuff, or is there anything off limits? And that's really all they used to check. And like, as long as you didn't say anything off limits, say whatever the fuck you want, and we'll go with it. I don't think they
yeah.
do that anymore. They don't check with each other. They don't talk to each other.
There's very few people that come out that you just know are just like Owens is just
Mm-hmm.
being Owens. Like
Mm-hmm.
Orton is just doing his thing. Like all the old people, like the old guard, like Punk is just being Punk.
Exactly.
Um,
But they don't.
Rollins,
But they won't cross the
eh,
line unless they talk to you first about it. Like Punk will go to you and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna say this." Like when he talked about the whole thing with Adam Page, like we went over stuff, and then he came out of nowhere with some shit. Like that's what pissed off Punk. When
yeah,
you like, I don't even know if Charlotte goes over stuff with these people. I think Charlotte just says we're gonna have a promo, and then just goes off and talks shit.
yeah.
They're
So
trying to
Jay,
make their feud
yeah,
more important slash interesting than it is with the brawl a few weeks ago and this Raw interview. And I
yeah,
agree,
that's all.
it's a terrible feud. I didn't like the pick from the beginning. I know Juice saw it coming, and I don't know if he likes it or not. He liked it at the
No,
time, but
no, I don't.
I didn't like the pick at all, and I thought it was going to be a bad match. And I think the setup is showing us, and it's unfortunate.
I'm just saying, like, if Stratton doesn't win, oof, it's gonna
And
be bad.
there's a very good chance she doesn't win, man. This is Charlotte Flair, unfortunately. Like, it's sad.
Yep.
All right.
Mm.
Moving on. That was really it from SmackDown for me, at least. Going to Raw. Let's
Well,
start.
This was SmackDown.
Oh, sorry. This is the end of SmackDown. That's right. I'm thinking everything now with because I saw Rollins and Punk. I'm like, that's Raw because they're both on Raw because they should be on
Uh,
Raw. Anyway,
That's
so
that's
the
fair.
ending of SmackDown, we had Reigns, Punk, Rollins do pretty much a face to face. Two things that I just really want to point out, and I'll let you say your thoughts before I do.
Sure.
Paul Heyman's face, his angry face when Rollins and Reigns were just talking one on one, and that face he was giving Rollins as he was talking, honestly, part of me was cracking up, and part of me absolutely loved it. I was like, Paul, you're telling a great story on your own over the shoulder of Roman Reigns of how angry you are at Rollins for even getting involved in all of this and like putting anyone in risk was fantastic. Second thing, and he didn't say it yet, but I mean, he kind of did say it. I don't know. The match was made official. Punk said he's using the favor, but didn't really talk about the I don't know how the favor played into it. And I don't know if I missed something, but it sounded a little weird when it came to the favor part because he mentioned it, but didn't really go into detail. And then the match was announced afterward
Mhm.
on Raw, so I'm not sure.
So, so a few things. First off, I loved how on Raw Punk said he's still working with children, um, which was that popped me a little bit. Uh, but yeah, I don't think he hasn't used the favor yet. I think what he was doing was I think he was definitely playing a mind game with Roman by saying thank you, Paul, for getting Roman here in the ring with me, like to mess with him.
But Paul
I
didn't say
think
no to that.
well,
He was like
it
trying to
was
calm him down, but
well, yeah, and that's the point. Listen, it was a set segment. They were all going to be there. That was just Punk being a dick, messing with Roman, making Roman think that Paul did something, but like Paul didn't do anything. But Roman's so insecure that he's thinking something's up.
that's fair.
That's what I'm getting. That's how I took it, at
That's
least.
fair. That's fair.
Um, and I'm really curious how SmackDown goes this week because his promo on Raw made it very clear that he's not going to sign this contract, or he's expecting to see on the contract that it says it's the main event,
Yes.
and like the night one main event, I'm assuming. So that kind of puts to bed the whole women's main event thing, which I'm fine with. People will be mad at, but whatever. So I'm really curious how that segment goes down. And my last note about all of it is, I said this to you on the side. I am issuing a business-wide ban on pull-apart brawls. I don't want to see another breakaway pull-apart brawl in either company for at least 3 months. I need a break. I swear, every week, at least in WWE every week, let alone either company, I'm getting a pull-apart brawl every week between somebody.
And they're not good, man. I just like
it's the same.
It's,
like
I was say it's
20
rinse and
people
repeat.
come out, they hold each other, they break
Wait
free.
for the spot.
Yeah! They hit.
Or they're all outside, they're pulling them away, and then there's a spot over the top. Like, it's all rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Stop it.
It's terrible.
Get more creative.
It's terrible.
I don't even want to see the security anymore. I don't need security there to bump and feed. And
when your
hits.
security is smaller than your average wrestler, like, why have it just doesn't make sense. It's so stupid.
By the way, quick plug if you missed it on Dynamite. Shout out to Von Wagner debuting in AEW last night as a security guard.
Did he? I did not see that. That's awesome.
Yeah, during the Powerhouse Hobbs break apart thing, like one of them, I was like, that looks like Von Wagner. That's Von Wagner.
That's
like,
awesome.
What the hell?
I didn't even notice that. That's so cool. Well,
yeah, okay,
that's a believable security guard at least. Speaking of rinse and repeat, brings us to John Cena and Cody Rhodes, who, I'm not going to lie, for a second, I thought Cena was going to have a good promo when he brought the spinner belt. I really enjoyed that. That's the only part of his promo that I actually enjoyed. I'm like, you're going to be mad because the fans hated the worst belt in like wrestling history. I love it. What a piece of shit. That's so funny. And then it was all just so bad after that. What I really failed to understand, and what's really taking me out of this feud more than just the feud being bad, is Cody having all this fire and then not doing shit about it.
Hit him.
It doesn't make you less of a babyface if you attack the bad guy for being a piece of shit.
You're mad. Get your comeuppance.
It doesn't make sense, man.
Cody looks like a bitch when Cena just walks away and Cody
every time. And you attack The Miz and you can't attack Cena, you look scared of Cena.
It sucks.
100%. And then Cena mentioning that stupid fucking kid and gloating about how he shit on the kid and this with the kid. I'm like, I hate this. I hate all of this. This is so stupid. I feel like go ahead.
Yeah. No, and again, no mention of The Rock.
Yep.
Or you selling your soul and what that entails or why you did it. Just nothing. Like it's the same, like you said, rinse and repeat. Same promo just for Glasgow now.
And I feel like they're just going to be doing this at like every Raw or like every couple of Raws until WrestleMania.
That's the best part. If you didn't know or didn't,
I don't know his schedule. Yeah,
they're doing it again on Monday for Raw in London, and after that, he's gone till Mania.
He has to come back at least once.
Nope.
There's no way Mania will be his next appearance.
He's gone till that's his schedule, unless they're keeping it from people, which so far they have not been.
I hope they are, but that's wild.
Because they want to sell tickets. So
that's gonna be so bad.
As far as I've read, after this Monday, he's off till Mania, which is insane.
and if Cody doesn't attack him or do something this Monday, it's put the women's match as the main event. All right. Quick thing from Raw. Just a quick note. It was nice that the Usos tagged for the first time in about 18 months, I read. I still don't give a shit about Jimmy Uso being there. It should have been Joe Hendry. You got me hyped about Joe Hendry, Juice. This is all your fault.
Sorry.
And now,
Sorry.
and the second I saw Jimmy, it wasn't even Jimmy's fault. I was like, damn it, Juice. Fuck you, Jimmy.
My bad. My bad. Like, and the best part is, like, they clearly knew it would get no pop in comparison to Jey Uso's music. So, like, Jimmy just comes out. Oh, hey guys, what's up?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the mystery opponent. It's me. Like, yeah, I would have just announced it was the Usos. Like, just do a segment.
Right? Why couldn't you
Whatever.
like an old school like intro for the Usos? That would have popped fans.
Whatever.
That would have been nuts. But yeah,
Yeah.
good for them. Good match. Jimmy's setting up this whole thing with Gunther. I now is this Gunther setup storyline with Jimmy gonna lead to Jay winning? Are we kind of set on Jay winning at WrestleMania?
So after this past week, I'm definitely leaning more towards Jay winning now.
Mm-hmm.
I clearly don't want him to. I'm not gonna sit here and keep blinders on and say the storyline is bad. They're telling a good story, even if they kind of fell into the whole Jay botching thing with because that slip was intentional this week.
Yeah.
When he went into the headlock or whatever.
Yeah.
So they kind of fell into that, which good for them. I like what they're gonna do next. I like what they're gonna do next week with Walter facing Jimmy, beating the shit out of Jimmy, while Jay probably is gonna watch or whatever. Yeah, I mean, as of right now, I'm more inclined to think Jay's gonna win. I really don't want him to, but that's where I'm at with it.
All right. I mean, I agree. I think this whole Jimmy storyline has been okay with it. Just I'm not excited about it, but we'll see. I'm not excited about this WrestleMania in general. So.
I mean, well, of course, yeah. Well, because here's the thing. I think we're at a point where, at least I feel like with the way the build's been going and the way that the heels have been towards the faces, if Stratton and or Jay lose their matches, it's gonna damage their careers. Like yeah, Jay can take the loss. He's the Yeet Man. He'll be fine. I think Stratton will suffer way more from her loss than Jay.
I agree, only because Jay can slip back into the mid card, Jay can slip back into the tag team, and literally after a month, fans won't care that he lost to Gunther. Where Stratton, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, the Charlotte wannabe couldn't beat Charlotte." Who cares now? You know what I mean? And the problem with Tiffany, and this is like, I don't know if it's offense to her or the way she's been ridding herself, but she doesn't. Right, for me at least. Her personality can't carry her after a loss like that. She doesn't have the type of like character that's going to take a big loss and then bounce back.
It's a bad matchup. That's all it comes down to, honestly. Jay said Jay will get into the Hall of Fame just for the Yeet stuff. Honestly, and I mean this, even if you take away all the Yeet stuff before he became main event,
he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
He was going to get in anyway. Yeah. So that's that. He's not getting in because of Yeet, but I get your point, Jay.
But if he gets in solo, it's because of Yeet. There you go.
That's
okay. Going on to something that I am intrigued with this storyline. Just because they went somewhere different with it that I didn't expect them to go this week with it. Where the women's title picture, Adam Pearce came out, addressed it, saying, Ripley signed her name, didn't mean anything. We're not doing it. Bianca won Elimination Chamber. Bianca gets the match at WrestleMania. That's it. Rhea had a rematch, which he did say he was trying to do. Finally, it got her to agree to the rematch, which I don't understand this rematch stuff, but it's fine. Finally got her to agree to a rematch, which is weird that he had to get her to agree to a rematch for next week. So Rhea versus Io for the Women's Championship. The winner faces Bianca at WrestleMania. Then later in the night, a few segments later, when Bianca went backstage to talk to Pierce and complain about like what's going on, Pierce said, "Perfect, you can handle it next week. You're the special guest referee. Call it down the middle." So, as we've known, clearly setting up this triple threat for WrestleMania. But we haven't seen like a special guest referee in a while, involved in a big storyline like this. I really do enjoy the way they spun this. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so I got a few things.
Go ahead.
Um, First off, where's Liv's rematch then?
Yeah, right?
Liv,
Like that's what I'm
like
saying.
that's
These
all I'm
rematch
saying.
shit is bullshit.
Liv never got her rematch.
Always bullshit with this
Um,
stuff, man.
yeah. Next up, I do like the special guest referee thing. I will let everybody know individually, but this is a good time to get it on the record and let everybody know for the sake of the
Smart.
fantasy game. Next week, the special guest referee match does count as a specialty match. So
Oh yeah.
keep that in mind when you're doing your rosters.
Totally
It counts
fair.
as a specialty. And Bianca does not count as having a match in that one. So I'm being serious.
No, no, no,
So
I
because
know that's just funny, but she will count as having a finisher in that one when she hits it.
yeah. Okay. And then my last thing I want to definitely bring up is, um, I think Pierce forgot to
To
say
say that in the
that.
ring. Well,
Yes,
so did Pierce forget,
I
or did like Io and them rush the brawl maybe, and like Pierce didn't have the chance to say it?
maybe something happened because you do that whole segment in the ring, and it was very clear what they were doing at the end of the segment. Like you were told what the match was, everything
Mm-hmm.
was good. And you said later on in the night, you forget it was immediately the next segment after the commercial break. So that's
No.
why it makes me think it
Oh,
was.
you know
It
why? Because
was.
there was one person in between, and I for some reason I just assumed that like that made it later on. One person came in,
So
the New Day got kicked out, and then Bianca came in right after the New Day. You're right. You're right. You're
so
right.
the thing is, Bianca comes in like an idiot, like her mind was wiped, and she wasn't even in the ring for the segment because she comes in immediately and goes, "Pierce, what's going on? I don't understand." Da da da. Like what's go? I'm like, okay, so they're clearly they just got Bianca to come in there, say that just so Pierce can be set up to say, "Oh yeah, I forgot you're the referee."
Bianca
So I
got
think,
attacked, bro. Her head noggin
yeah,
got jumbled. She didn't remember stuff. Short
something
term memory.
something got messed up. Either Pierce just forgot, someone jumped the queue, but
No, I agree.
yeah,
That was
I
hilarious.
laughed because Bianca was just like, "Duh, I don't even know how to referee. What's going on?"
Right? I'm
Okay,
just
so
like, shut up, everyone.
Bianca's lost her brain now, I guess. But
Ridiculous.
okay,
Okay, going on to our next segment. I need to know your reaction between the promo package they sent, the backstage segment between Ray, Pierce, Dragon Lee, and Chad Gable, the actual match, the entrance music, which was fucking ridiculous. I just need to know how you wait. Hold on, and then really quick, Jay DeFalco about the last thing said both women title storylines are just trash for Mania. Clap hand to emphasize anchor.
you don't even
But
go
yeah,
here.
El Grande Americano. How do you feel about it? If you want me to say it in Spanish better, El Grande Americano. So that's a little better for all
Ooh,
you at home.
I was right. Okay, man. Okay, so I don't,
Say it.
man. I want to say it the right ways. I don't want to make it sound like I'm mad about what I'm not mad about. Honestly, I don't hate the character. I
Okay.
don't hate what they're doing with the storyline. I I love the entrance music. Um I I don't wrestling world wise, I get why you're doing the Gulf of America thing
That
to
was
get
that was really good.
I get it to get the heel heat. Again, I'm leaving real world outside stuff out of it, but I understand putting it in there to get the heel heat for the heel and piss everybody off. It doesn't really work that way anymore, unfortunately, in the wrestling world. Um, so I don't think it's being done for that reason. But where I draw the line, and I will stand on the tallest soapbox with this one, I don't agree with the usage of AI to make the promo video segment. I think using AI for the sake of art it's anti-art, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it anywhere that I see it. Um,
100% agree with you.
in that regard, when I can look at a picture and see six fingers on a hand, it's lazy, it's creatively bankrupt, and all it does is take money out of the pocket of an artist. So That's where I got really annoyed with the
Yes.
AI usage to make a video package. Like I didn't get mad. I don't think it's racist or any of that stuff or offending anything like that. I just got mad at the AI side of it. So
No, I
I
agree.
really
The,
I really got heated when I saw it. But I was like, yeah. So
everything besides the package, I loved. I thought it was a great angle. Jay DeFalco says the whole Grande Americano thing reeks of Vince McMahon 2003, which feels like a Kurt Angle thing, which kind of works with Baby Angle Gable.
yeah,
And then
listen,
he said
I
for you
like
to
yeah.
testify doing your AI stuff.
I'm still curious where it ends up going. So the jury's out in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
agreed.
Otherwise, this
But no,
was
I like I said, I think it was good. I like what they were trying to do with it. I like the heat with it. I do agree that the AI is just lazy, and it doesn't make sense because you have
it's,
him there. Just have
it's
him do
gross.
stuff.
It's
Have
gross,
you
man.
and where they really dropped the ball to like really make it to make you know it's Angle, you could have had him do a whole video package using the Creed brothers as his guys that he's like beating up and stuff, and be like, oh, now you're not gonna believe that's Kurt Angle. Chad Gable. He's using his two boys like as a video promo package. Or whatever. It's just like a very big missed opportunity, and like you said, very lazy, and I hated it also. So I'm glad you didn't like that. But I
Yeah,
did
no.
love everything else. So I agree with you. I
And
want to see where
it
it
sucks
goes.
because I guarantee you they're gonna do another one this
Oh
week
yeah,
to piss
I'm
everybody
gonna
off
choose
again.
Grande this week because I didn't choose Grande last week and I didn't get any fantasy points for that shit. So I'm gonna choose Grande this week.
All right.
Moving on. That was why I dropped so many levels. Our main event of Raw, the Intercontinental title match between Braun Breaker and Penta. I thought it was going pretty good. Once obviously Judgment Day came out, or really once Dom and Penta had that backstage segment earlier in the night, you knew that it was going to be interference. But Judgment Day comes out, interferes on behalf of Penta, beats up Braun Breaker. Penta gets very annoyed with this. They give the chair to Penta to use and to like kind of be on their side, which I don't understand. And then Penta attacks them. And like I just didn't understand that part because at no point did it seem like Penta was going to ever be on your side. Like that was just dumb heel move, and
Yeah.
it's disappointing when the heels are that dumb. Like I don't know.
Well, like they God, you just screwed him out of you just screwed him out of winning the Intercontinental title. And a
No, but they
minute
were
later,
helping
you
him.
go, no, they took out Braun to cause a DQ.
I know.
They screwed Penta out of winning the belt, and a minute later, they're like, "Here, chair, join."
According
Like,
to Jay
fucking
DeFalco, Penta
dumb.
says the Continental Championship. All right, not the Inter.
Yeah,
Please.
he said that. He said that
I know.
on the promo.
I know.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, typical WWE, but really a bummer. For once, they like book a very solid, surprising match between two people that shouldn't lose, and God forbid someone takes a loss.
Right.
Like you do a DQ finish, and like it's annoying. So it's like, why even get excited for a match at that level?
And respectfully, Penta easily could have taken the loss and not been hurt at all. The way he came in, the way he's been having the past few weeks.
Because they want him to stay unpinned. He's
I know.
lost, but they want him to stay unpinned, and that's
I
the
know
problem.
it's just so stupid. And I really did like the way the match was going. I just wonder where this is going now though, because like, are we gonna have a multi-man intercontinental title match? Does it look like it's gonna be Finn, Penta, Braun? I don't know if they're gonna try to get Dom in there. Like, what are they doing?
It should be a 4-way.
Right?
It shouldn't be. Yeah, it shouldn't be. I mean, they might try and get Ludwig in there because he was kind of involved with Penta and all them.
Yeah, but so was Pete Dunne, and you don't want him involved in that right now. You don't want
No, and that's what I'm getting at. Pete Dunne shouldn't be in there. Like Sheamus shouldn't get thrown in just
No.
because either. And people want Sheamus in there.
Well,
But,
people want Sheamus at Mania.
that's what I'm saying. They want him in the match because they want him at Mania. But yeah, I would just do a 4-way at most. But we'll see how they end up doing it. Because
No,
and
I
you don't
agree.
have it on here, but I think especially after SmackDown, I think they're going to end up doing a multi-man for both US and IC. I just don't know if the US one's going to make it onto the Mania card still.
Well, we talked about that. I think the U.S.
did.
one we kind of called a while back, and we even
Yeah.
said that it's probably going to be on like the SmackDown before or something, and because of the wrestlers that are involved, they don't have enough high profile wrestlers. With the IC title, I agree with you. I think it's the exact opposite, where all your guys are like high profile guys that are going for the IC belt, so you need to put them on the Mania card. Like, whether you can argue it depending on how you feel, but arguably Dom is the best heel in WWE right now, so like you have to have him on the Mania card. Penta and Braun are two of your hottest stars right now. People are clamoring over them. You got to get them on the card. Finn is a good hand. You don't have to get Finn on the card, but to make that match that much better, it's good to have someone experienced like Finn in that match with Braun and Dom to help them out. So a bunch of that. We'll see. I hope it's a 4-way. I hope it just sticks as a 4-way. I think that's the best plan for it. That's just me personally. Really quick, I don't have it on here because I literally just saw it on the way home, but I just want to throw this out there and pick your brain. AJ Styles recently did an interview, or I don't know how recent it was, but I recently saw a clip of an interview where he said that him and CM Punk have never had a one-on-one WWE match, obviously because Punk's gone and stuff, and really they've never had a one-on-one match outside of ROH, he said. So he is hoping, and I think we can get it because Punk and him aren't going anywhere anytime in the next year, but he is hoping him and Punk get a one-on-one match in WWE. Thoughts on that at all?
Yeah, I'd love to see it, but I'd love it to be a program and a feud and not just a random show where they don't get like a proper time and payoff.
Interesting,
yeah, it deserves it because they're both great. So yeah, I'd love to see that.
Cool. Yeah, I just saw it. Yeah. Their ROH match, how long ago was that?
Like 03, 02?
Really? Damn, that's early. That's baby Styles.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, so yeah. No, I would love that match. But again, also that's one of those things where, no, because it's Punk, it'll be fine. I was going to say, it's one of those things where I'm afraid they'll do like another Shinsuke Styles situation, and that would suck. But I think because Punk, they would make sure that it gets the respect it deserves. So yeah, cool.
I hope so.
That's a wrap for this week. Ladies and gentlemen at home, thank you for sticking with us. We apologize for being late. We apologize for the technical delays. We appreciate you guys helping us out.
I don't apologize. I don't.
It's all on me. Yes, I apologize. This is all on me. I apologize to you too, Juice. But yes, thank you for sticking with us. Next Tuesday, do you want to tell them what we're doing on Tuesday, bud?
Yes, the next Tuesday we have a fun one as always planned. We are going to be playing a game, and we're going to be opening a lot of AEW cards. So typically, I open one pack a week, and that will continue. But I recently bought a new 2024 Allure hobby box. I'm very antsy to open it, and I don't want to wait. Last time I got one of the boxes for Christmas, I did not wait. I opened one or two on stream. This time, I've convinced our co-host Danny to give me time to open all of the packs on stream. There's only 8 packs, but now at least the whole box will get opened on stream. There will be some good hits in these boxes. They're not blaster boxes.
I talked him down from 16 to 8, guys, so you're welcome.
Well, it was one box.
I'm joking.
I'll open them all. Get me live. It's like, oh, was a filibuster.
You're just gonna have like boxes stacked behind you. Be like, all right, here we go, Danny.
you cannot stop recording.
Hold on. The John Cena thing and the NWO thing. You piece of shit. I knew Jay DeFac was doing the NWO thing.
Everybody coming in hot.
It didn't. There it is. You gotta wait. It's gonna take forever.
We got like 6 at once, Danny.
I know. This is getting crazy. Killer Tomato is doing the Undertaker toll, so I gotta wait for that. This NWO thing takes forever. So we had to let this shit play. It takes forever.
Maybe you should make the NWO one like $1 million.
I don't know. Yeah, we gotta raise the price of it.
Like right now, I have like 50K of these points. So if
all
I have 50K,
you people at home, now that we've done less stuff that we could talk over, we're gonna try to talk over some more shit. I have 15,000 more channel points. He said.
My God.
Anyway, so we have 8 boxes. Would you say it makes it for life? Stop it. We have 8 card pack openings that we're going to do on Tuesday, and then what are we doing after that? Hurry
And
up
we're
before
gonna
they
be
do more
playing
stuff.
We're going to be playing a game where I'm going to test you. We're going to mix and match. You are going to line up. We're going to mix and match real names with the wrestlers' names, and we're going to see how many of them you can connect.
Just for the record, I don't have to spell any of these names.
That is correct. You do not have to spell.
Good.
You will see them. You will see them all on the screen, and you'll just have to pick who you think the wrestler's name matches up with the real name for that person.
Also, I will hold the right to not have to say their names out loud. I might just click. No, I can't click. Damn it! You have control. I have to say the names out loud. Shit. All right. Well, there goes that right.
That's on you, fam. Yeah, and then also, like you said, next week we'll be doing dynasty predictions.
Yeah,
as well.
I'm hyped for that. Hopefully, they add more good cards to the match. So yes. So thank you guys for sticking around. Just think the name and we'll figure it out. Thank you guys for staying on this long. Hopefully you guys have a great night. Stick around come back on Tuesday to stick around for the pack-in openings and the game that I'm going to do terrible at.
You guys have to stick around and wait all weekend.
All weekend. That would help us. Just keep watching the ads.
We're going to stay live the whole weekend.
All right. Have a great night, everyone. See you guys on Tuesday. Peace out.
Bye-bye.